Our capital city has been overtaken by violent gangs and bloodthirsty criminals, roving mobs of wild youth, drugged out maniacs and homeless people. And we're not going to let it happen anymore. We're not going to take it.
I don't know this man, don't want to know him. All I know is he's a rich man pushing people with no money around.
US President Donald Trump has sparked a storm in Washington, D.C. Trump has ordered homeless people to move out immediately and sent hundreds of federal agents and National Guard troops into the streets. Trump says it's to fight crime. But can he really take control of the Capitol? Let's break it down. President Trump first made all these announcements on social media. Let's see what Trump wrote. The homeless have to move out immediately. We will give you places to stay, but far from the Capitol. The criminals, you don't have to move out. We are going to put you in jail where you belong. So the message was very hard. Last month, Trump signed an order making it easier to arrest homeless people. Last week, he ordered 450 federal law enforcement officers, including the FBI, DEA, and US Marshals, onto the streets. And now, Trump invoked emergency powers to take control of the DC Metropolitan Police Department and deployed 800 National Guard troops. The plan's details remain unclear, but Trump previously suggested moving homeless people to high-quality tent facilities outside cities with access to bathrooms and medical care. Trump argues violent crime is out of control in DC, even comparing it to Baghdad. His allies say the city is dangerous and dirty. But Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel dismissed this. She says the city is not experiencing a crime spike and violent crime is at a 30-year low.
This year, crime isn't just down from 2023, it's also down from 2019, before the pandemic, and we're at a 30-year violent crime low.
There is also data validating her claims. The Metropolitan Police Department data says violent crime spiked in 2023, but in 2024 it fell 35%, which is the lowest in 3 decades. In the first 7 months of 2025, it's down another 26%. Robbery is also down 28%. But the city's homicide rate is still a concern. DC has a higher homicide rate per capita than many other major US cities, with 98 killings recorded so far this year. The city also has a significant homeless population. An organization called Community Partnership estimates that out of the city's 700,000 residents, about 3,782 people are homeless on any given night. Most of these people are in shelters, but about 800 are on the street. The White House said homeless people in DC could face jail time if they do not comply with encampment removal.
So homeless individuals will be given the option to leave their encampment, to be taken to a homeless shelter, to be offered addiction or mental health services, and if they refuse, they will be susceptible to fines or to jail time.
Advocates for the homeless in Washington, D.C. say the Trump administration's plan to clear encampments and offer limited options won't solve the city's homelessness crisis.
There is a problem in homelessness. This is not the way to solve it. This is not going to solve it. This is going to make it worse for the people who are experiencing homelessness. The way to solve it is to help people, is to house people, is to, make connections with them. How do you end homelessness? You house people. That's what we believe, and that's what we know works. The reason why homelessness exists in this country to the degree that it does is because there is a terrible lack of affordable housing across the country, especially in cities. That is why, what is at the root of it, and it's only getting worse, and it's only going to make more and more people homeless, right?
Reports say Trump's rhetoric and law and order platform often target majority Democratic cities with large black populations, for example, Baltimore, Chicago, and Washington. Washington's population is 44% black, and residents have a long history of fighting for local self-governance against federal interference. Critics see these moves as part of a pattern of disproportionate federal crackdowns on black majority cities, while Trump frames them as anti-crime measures. Now let's see what's special about Washington, D.C. First, D.C. is not a state. It's a federal district created by the US Constitution in 1790 to be independent from any single state's influence. The US Congress has full legislative authority over it. But in 1973, the Home Rule Act gave residents the right to elect a mayor and council. Still, Congress can overturn local laws and controls the city's budget. Most importantly, the president directly commands the DC National Guard, unlike in states where governors are in charge. The president can also take control of DC's police during special emergencies for up to 30 days without Congress's approval. That unique setup gives the president more direct authority in Washington than anywhere else in the country. And this is the reason Trump can act quickly there. But the question is, can Trump really take over the city? Right now, Trump is using his emergency powers under the Home Rule Act to federalize the police and deploy the Guard. For a full federal takeover, he will need Congress to repeal the Home Rule Act. And that is very unlikely, because Democrats strongly support local control. And most importantly, Republicans don't have the 60 Senate votes needed. But Trump can control the DC police for 30 days without the US Congress. He can deploy the DC National Guard anytime. He can increase federal law enforcement presence by reallocating agents from agencies like the FBI, ATF, and DEA. And of course, clear homeless encampments on federal land. Legal experts say Trump cannot force all homeless people out of the city just for lacking shelter, but he can remove them from parks and other federal property, as previous administrations have done. So, Trump's power is significant but not unlimited, and courts could step in. Meanwhile, protesters took to the streets against Trump's move. They were seen holding banners, reading "National Disgrace" and chanting, "Trump must go now."
Trump must go now! Trump must go now! Trump must go now! Trump must go now!
Growing up in Washington, D.C., it's very hard to see this city being captured by Donald Trump and making everybody live in fear. I don't approve of it. I just think it's a bad move.
Now let's understand the role of the US National Guard. The National Guard is a reserve force of the US Armed Forces. Members usually serve part-time but can be mobilized quickly for domestic crises like natural disasters, civil unrest, or security events. In states, governors control the Guard. In DC, it reports only to the president. That's why Trump could deploy 800 troops to the Capitol without local approval. These troops are not regular police, so they don't usually make arrests. Instead, they support crowd control, protect key sites, and help maintain order. Past deployments in DC include the 2021 Capitol riot and presidential inaugurations. This time, Guard members have been seen in armored vehicles, setting up barricades and patrolling tourist areas alongside federal agents. So Trump's latest move in Washington has set up a sharp clash with the city's Democratic leadership. He says it's about cleaning up crime and homelessness. Local officials say crime is already falling and accuse him of an authoritarian push. Either way, Washington, D.C. stays in the spotlight, not just for America, but for the entire world. That's all in this edition of Connecting the Dots. We'll see you next week with more raging issues. Until then, it's a goodbye from all of us in the Delhi newsroom. This is Munmun Bhattacharya signing off. Take care and stay safe.